My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2, where we are melting Remnant and Underlegion. Hell yeah. Maybe propagate some additional burnout on our units. Let's see, 2 copies of Entombed Explosive in the base deck, 2 copies of Infectory. Spawn 1 when a unit without troop dies, and then Puffin Thug. The Paraffin Thug. Offering to slay to gain 30 coins for a Seraphitonis Chosen of Entropy, Flesh Weaver, cool. Proto Heartcage, eh. If I gotta have it, I'll have it. Oh, Twin Minds. Create a permanent copy of the first consume card played each battle. Having that this early allows us to just get a card, make it consume, and then just propagate it through the entire deck, which is really good. Evolutionary Instincts. When a unit has a 3rd unique status effect applied to it, propagate 2. That's also a really, really, really good stack. I'm gonna take Twin Minds. Yeah, give me Crypt Call. Cooldown of 1 to reform 2 random units and apply an additional +10 damage. Use that to reform some Entombed Explosives and Dregs. At least at the moment. See what else we can do with it in the future. Shields to Paraffin Thug, shields to Rector. Actually, that Entombed Explosive is unfortunate. As much as I do want to reform it next turn, it is going to take us 30 gold. It's going to steal 30 gold away from us. Okay, never mind. Spore Touch, I would have had it anyway. Rector Flicker brings back 2 Entombed Explosives. Factory on that line as well, why not? Okay. This should be enough now. No. Gonna be a problem. I should be able to get the slay on Paraffin Thug. This setup. So you'll kill the Shield Steward, and then Paraffin Thug will slay for another 40 gold. Sick. Sorry, another 30 gold. Does 40 damage. Come on, big consume spell. I would argue another Entombed Explosive in the deck still really counts when I've got Crypt Call, Proliferate, or Spawning Pots. Honestly, pretty much exactly the spells I wanted to see. I'm gonna... Merchant of Arms even, damn! So I'm gonna go Merchant of Magic with a Underlegion banner. I'm just gonna buff the hell out of whichever of these I take. Obviously I can't remove Consume from them, unfortunately. It should probably be the Proliferate, if I'd guess. Like, spawning pods is nice, but I would need to decrease your cost by 2, so, like, I'm looking at, like, a -1 cost and then something else, like... Oh, I don't know, maybe, like, Spell Chain would be good on you. The only problem is you don't really care about many of the top level upgrades you could get, but I guess neither does Proliferate. really do like Propagate, but I have nothing relevant to it at the moment. Like, it'll give me additional burnout, but that's nothing. It's not going to be hard to make Proliferate ridiculous, especially oh, it can't proliferate days. That's the only thing it can't proliferate, but... Alright, we'll go with Proliferate. If I get, like, negative cost and then Spell Chain... I mean, yeah, it is negative cost and Spell Chain. I'm gonna give you Spell Chain. I'm gonna roll to get negative cost. Because it has to give me the negative cost. Oh! Negative cost permafrost. Oh, that's disgusting. I'm gonna save my money for the Merchant of Steel on the other side. Proliferate. So Proliferate's really good for getting a bunch of troops out there. The only problem is I have to get the first troops out there, which I'm really bad at. Prickly Puffball, just a way to get a bunch of decay on attackers. Great defensive unit. I like the idea of squad leader. The only problem is setting up like support for it right now is actually pretty far away from me, whereas the puffball is just incredible no matter what. Flagellant's March. So by the time they get to here, they should probably be ready to die. Yeah, especially if I can get an Entombed Explosive out there. I don't really want to be spawning dregs because I'm going to want my recall just to constantly get back Entombed Explosives. I guess I could have safely played a single dreg that turn. No, wait. Ominous Acolyte, we still slay next floor because the Paraffin Thug has to hit the Ominous Acolyte because the Prickly Puffball doesn't know how. Just as long as he's getting a slay every turn, we are slay okay. Factory, then the problem with these Proliferates is it's only giving me additional burnout. It's not actually accomplishing anything down there, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I can. Oh, I forgot. Okay, we're fine. Whew. I literally forgot that I had Crypt Call on the top floor to get additional explodey guys. Draft. Draft is a very good frontline damage unit you just throw on the bottom line. green recruit. Good lord. We are only getting units that I would love to reanimate. It's also hard to take another consume right now because it slows me down from playing my proliferates. Has to be Merchant of Steel. Quick and multi-strike. I wonder if Paraffin Thug is good enough to wear both of those. There's also Wickstone Burnout if I want that instead. Amorous Inoki with Rally, apply regen 1 to friendly units. That only triggers on Rally. Spore Launcher. I do like the idea of having a Spore Launcher, honestly. Bottom line, would love to just have a Spore Launcher just standing there ready. And then just rallying on top of it. Okay, yeah, that's actually what I want. Am I a bad enough dude to upgrade a draft doubly here? Hit quick and multi-strike on a draft, make it one of my best reform targets. It's also one of my best dupe targets in the entire deck at this point. I'm going to cut 2 dregs. I don't want to be drawing those pretty much at all this game. Lost damage and burnout. I mean, I do want the green recruit to die. Giving it burnout sets up for the possibility of even giving it endless. Yeah. Huge. I was about to say, give me the red crown, because that's endless. Oh, red crown and 2 followers. Oh, the followers are gonna... the followers come back with 10 additional damage, and they have 3 triple strike. Unfortunately, the crown can obviously become a downside. Just gives you the exact wrong piece of equipment. But no, it's green recruit. Because every turn, it costs 0. I need to continue thinning my deck so that I can get to them faster as well, because that's going to be important. So it's just Spore Launcher and Sacrificial units on the bottom line, and then Paraffin. Ooh. I'm probably going to have to chump to keep Rectiflicker alive on the top line first turn. Yeah, that'll do it. Use an Infectory to try and keep our units comfy. And then if I kill an enemy on this floor, I summon another unit, so that'll give us additional scaling. Oh, I'm just short on being able to take out the Flagellant. So Draft would kill Fallen Champion and Flagellant, would take a bunch of damage. Flagellant attacks, and then the Paraffin Thug tries to respond, leaves it on 3 health, and then it dies to its decay, which is... Eek. Single follower on bottom line does incredible work there. I think I jump with a follower, maybe? But then what am I doing with Draft? Setting it up on top line for the next turn to take out a Flagellant, I guess, when it ascends. Got both of the followers back, and they've got damage points on them. All right. All's well. So I consume Vial at the moment, just a single drag. So I'll find a way to get another unit to die at the end of this turn. Prickly Puffball gets summoned for a single turn. It's pretty fun. I'm going to have the Draft do some ridiculous stuff on the top line as well. Green Recruit. Bottom line doing what the Green Recruit does. Oh, we got to carve off so much mass that turn. Single Spear Steward keeps us... Oh, thanks, bud. Single Spear Steward keeps us comfortable on the mid lane for the Paraffin Thug to be able to get one more Slay. And then in terms of Proliferates... I mean, yeah, I just need to play it somewhere. Let's get a ridiculous amount more troops. So much burnout on the Green Recruit as well. Keep it propagating. Oh, this is such a nasty run. Hallowed Halls. The main downside of that is that the Spore Launcher is gotta die and come back, so it'll have burnout, but it's not unlikely I can just hit that with enough Proliferate that it doesn't matter. Or even just hit it with enough Hallowed Halls. That doesn't matter. Crescent Blades, giving a different additional multi-strike to a character. It's fine, depending on who's holding it. Devourer of Death, Harvest to gain a soul. Extinguisher deal damage equal to soul count. I mean, ultimately, it's hallowed halls for the bottom line, I think. Moral Mistress. Etch to a blind decay 8 to enemy units. Definitely have to say that's one of the better... one of the better units here now that I have so many copies of Consume that are just going through the deck. I care a lot about draw, given the amount of zero costs that we have in the deck. I also care a lot about capacity so that I can continue throwing things on that bottom line. I think I gotta go capacity first, though. And this... yeah, there's a Merchant of Magic with a Remnant banner next to it, but, like... what Remnant unit am I missing at the moment? Moral Mistress probably becomes my tank at some point. Realistically, Paraffin Thug is running out of time. Paraffin Thug is not a good long-term investment for this deck. Oh. What's a Merchant of Trinkets with Celestial Alcove next area? And an Underlegion unit. Underlegion units certainly matter more to what we're doing, considering we're kind of straying away from additional burnout. The reason to go to a Merchant of Magic is largely about upgrades to that Hallowed Halls. But realistically, it's just upgrades to the Hallowed Halls that matter there. Alright, I gotta go to the Merchant of Trinkets. I can't turn down the ridiculous... Extinguish triggers an additional time. Yes, I would like to do 130 damage with Entombed Explosives. Yes, I would like to spawn 8 with green recruits. Spotted Spore. Fungi deals 2 additional damage per stack. Versatile Emberstaff, considering I'm going to be playing a green recruit basically every turn. All I need to do is also play a spell and... well, I'll also be playing a spell every turn, so... 1 unit, 1 spell. If I play a equipment or a room or a Vengeful Shard, I draw a card and gain an energy. Dark Calling second, even more damage to the units that we reform. Dante, I don't... when you see Dante, you can absolutely make Dante be the sole thing of your deck. I don't need you, Dante. At all. It would be very, very easy to take Dante and just tan the deck all the way towards Dante, but almost nothing in my deck cares about Dante right now, other than, I guess, you know, reforming it and giving it additional damage. But I also have much more than enough units to reform and give additional damage to. I hardly need additional that. I suppose I'll throw away additional units on the top line. Oh, there it is already. Proliferate. Do I Hallowed Halls, then Proliferate twice? Spore Launcher would end up getting enough reanimate that it'd be worth it. Unfortunately, next turn I won't have anyone to reform, though, because all the enemies are going to be dead. I mean, it doesn't get much better than giving me an Infectory and a Green Recruit. I'm gonna hold that Proliferate. I'm looking to hit the additional troops with it. Oh, you've got a Dust Cloak. Fun. Dust Cloak. Oh my god, you're not even dying because you get too much burnout. How are you not dying? I don't understand that at all. Oh no! Were we able to propagate Moonskin? Because it's full moon and I've got Titan Skin 5, so apparently I propagated Moonskin? I didn't. I'm actually almost certain that you can't do that. Well, never mind. I have. I have done that. I mean, every deck rather wants a single copy of Mortal Entrapment at least. You know, Resin Blades isn't bad. You just put it on a draft, but you really want the draft to be permanently surviving before that point, which is not a thing we're consistently good at. But it's also a piece of equipment I can play every other turn. Facing the boss, very important for me in the final fights. Reasonably. I'm taking the Resin Blade anyway. Pandemic. 2 Ember to Blind Decay 8 and Sap 2 to all enemies on the floor. All enemies? No, it's just to a single target. Mushroom Cloud, Sax a Fungi. But I'd have to have the Fungi before playing that. I'm just going to take Mulch for additional draw. Ugh. I'm in a rough position because I really do want to go to another Merchant of Trinkets. And I think I can do it. I've just got good money. Yeah, like Flicker's Liquor is so much energy. It's stupid. After deployment phase, when you play a unit, a random card in hand is reduced at 0 cost until played or discarded. Mold Braces, friendly units gain or give armor 5 to the front friendly unit on extinguish. Honestly, we usually want our units to die rather than not. Our friendly units at least. Phase First Blade gives additional damage. Worth it. Damage is something we struggle a little with. Another reason to take the Fate's First Blade here specifically is because it gives us a new stack. It gives us Rage. And when we have that, then we can hit that with Proliferate as well, so we get a lot of value out of it. Yo. It's not difficult to force play Enchantrell after the first cycle. Obviously, I don't play it in the opening, but Flicker's Liquor makes it playable in the first cycle pretty easily. I really like the idea of that. I'm taking Enchantrell. It's also Rare Umbra, Banished, or Pliable. I think out of these, Rare Umbra, and I'm looking for damage to the enemy front line. I was looking for a Forever Consumed, didn't find it. Furnace Tap, Multi-Strike, not especially good on any of our units. I can take a Blazing Bolt. It's just a bunch of damage as well, something I was asking for, but... yeah, it's going to be a while until I can really use that effectively. Probably should hit the Merchant of Arms in the next area, then Merchant of Magic thereafter. So after that Merchant of Magic, I can start upgrading it. Actually, I don't even have to wait then. Yeah, because if I'm only adding an additional copy to the deck, I can upgrade it whenever. Realistically, Paraffin Thug probably shouldn't be part of this anymore, but if it ever gets money, it'll be worth it, and I'm pretty sure I'll get Smoney. Thank you, Rectiflicker. Throw them away on different light. Mulch is a consume card, but I don't want to. I don't want to dupe this one. So I'm just gonna have to elect not to play it. There we go, we scored some gold out of that. Unfortunately, probably out of gold that we can score now. The green recruit is going to grow before the end of the turn as well. How dare you? I'm going to burn out my Paraffin Thug just so that I can reform it next turn. Because with it reformed and then given back the blade, I can actually get the Slay on that floor. Literally, it was just for exactly that one Slay on this floor. I don't even want to play the Blazing Bolts. I said I should to just upgrade it. Oh, hell yeah. Hate. Can't prevent that. Yeah, with this, now the Paraffin Thug is just starting to burn out. Perfect. I'll proliferate all the rest of it. We got 60 gold out of that turn. Oh, that's already enough to kill the Undying one on the bottom line just by itself. I even got another 60 gold at the very end there. Hell yeah. Oh my god, he killed a troop every turn, and then he died to decay, so it summoned a troop, and then he had to kill it, and then he died to decay, so it summoned a troop. Wicked Blaze, Reformer Unit apply +10. Honestly, being able to target Reformer Unit, especially in a world where I've got those followers and the draft, makes a lot of sense to me. Subsuming Blade so that I can just kill something at the right time makes sense, but unfortunately, the right units get too big too quickly. Memorially Endless, less relevant. Take the Blaze. Grow Room. All units propagate one at the end of the combat. Honestly, not necessary. Dig Deep though. 2 Ember. Spawn 1 for every 10 cards in your deck. Spawn 1 more. That now spawns 5 for us. Said I had to go Merchant of Arms here, didn't I? There's definitely upgrades I still care about from Merchant of Steel, though. Dualism, obviously just straight up damage stuff on people. Dualism, definitely the largest of them, though. Making things deployable, how much does that really affect us? Not much at almost all. I will happily Smidgestone the Spore Launcher to have space to play many more of them on the bottom floor. Give additional damage and burnout straight up to something. I mean, I could give that to the Paraffin Thug and just keep reforming you, but I don't want to do that. Honestly, give it to a follower. That'll wield that pretty well. 20 additional health, throw that on Prickly Puffball. Multi-Strike, honestly, I think we're pretty much in the exact run that does not care about Multi-Strike. There's not that many of them. Quick and +10. I mean, having the follower deal that before it dies is great. Titanite for a Prickly Puffball is huge too. +14 damage. I mean, follower. +10 health and regen. I mean, this either goes on the Moral Mistress or no one. I'll give it to the Moral Mistress. Oh, Mitosis Cap is dangerous. It would be the ability to get another green recruit if I manage it correctly. Literally just propagate a bunch of green recruits through the deck. Yep. That's correct. We're doing that now. we can have a much better time playing on Chantrell on the bottom line now that we've got additional capacity down there. Or rather, we're not taking up as much of it. Right. Dropping in factory down here. I guess I can also get a moral mistress down there. Might as well. Zealot's ready to be slain next turn. Oh. I'll Entombed Explosive for double damage against Kale this turn just so that I can still use it. Oh, hell yeah. Allied Halls, and we've got the Proliferate to give additional burnout. Yeah. I don't have the ability to modify where units are on that floor though, which is a bit of a problem. Before I reform that, I might Rectiflicker pull some out just so I don't necessarily have to get them back if I don't want to. So I'll throw a follower down there. Then Hallowed Halls. And dig deep and proliferate. I'll just decay the Entombed Explosive to have it die, and then pretty much everything else is fine where it is. Mitosis Cap is a little annoying because it has a target that it really wants to be on, but that target's not around yet. I kind of need to have it at the very end of the game rather than at the start. I don't know if I want to summon on Chantrell on the bottom line. Yeah, I'm gonna throw you up top. And here's why we throw you up top. That's a single sap on the enemy. Jump with that unit on the bottom line. We can give anyone down there additional multi-strike with a resin blade. Including... No, not including Fungi, who will die, actually. Unless I propagate. But I don't want to propagate there if I can avoid it. I'm going to get Resin Blade's top line and then just proliferate. Oh, drop. Got the blade somewhere. There we go. Sap the boss a decent amount. Ah, there's the green recruit. I unfortunately did ignore the fact that I added burnout to the units that I wanted to let die to burnout that turn, but that's okay. Thank you. Practice Flicker. Blazing Bolt system, and then everything else is just propagation. Propagation. I really don't think there's much you can do. I'm not talking to Kale, I'm talking to the game right now. This, if I just throw everything at the board, this kills everything. Quickless recruitment. Remove all burnout and debuff effects from a unit. There's certainly circumstances where I'll want that. Contagious, though. Consume enemy units propagate 4. Add a copy of this to your discard pile. Feels pretty impactful. Energy is only impactful for me in the deployment phase at this point. Yeah, it's definitely draw. I like the idea of Merchant of Magic. I have many cards from the deck that I still want to remove, and I have many merchantable cards that I want to merchant upgrade, especially including that new Contagious, just in case it happens to be the first one I draw. Interesting. Well, I guess the question now is, do I want it to be the first thing I draw? I can have a 0-cost Contagious in my opening hand. I think more than that, I probably want 0 costs, maybe 1 cost actually, Hallowed Halls. Well, that's only good after I have reanimate, reform rather. Look how much the mind has given me. 5 additional copies of Proliferate, each of them having a second copy of Proliferate inside of them. I could like -1 Permafrost and Spell Chain Contagious. Eventually my hand will absolutely fill with Contagiouses if I do that though, because the additional copies will add additional copies, and then eventually the deck is just Contagion, 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 and at that point it's not good. Pretty much all the way up until that point it's pretty good though. I could also just Spell Chain Blazing Bolts. Sorry, Spell Chain. Permafrost Blazing Bolts, just in case I need sudden damage to a single card. And then that gives me the ability to -2 cost and Spell Chain Dig Deep. I mean, yeah, it's Shield Stewards, Spear Stewards, and all of the dregs basically need to get out of this deck. Crypt Goal the Third! Now they come back with 25 additional damage. Thankfully, enemy units appearing on additional floors is just more slays for the Paraffin Dog. Must you be here, Deafening Heralds? Ooh. I'm gonna have to hold this Proliferate for a turn where it actually helps me. Keeping Prickly Bubble would be alive would be nice, but I don't even know if I'm gonna get to do that. I don't want Mulch to be the card that I dupe here, but also I am basically gonna end up with a full hand next turn anyway. You know what? I'm happy to dupe an additional copy of Dig Deep. It's exactly the kind of card I need a copy of in this deck. There we go, a bunch of Entombed Explosives do all the damage we need. Hell yeah. These Proliferates are entirely unessential. And don't want to play the Mitosis Cap yet. Yeah, I'm going to be very lucky if the Mitosis Cap is capable of giving me a second copy of the minion I care about. Green Recruit here. That's okay. Don't like when they have silence on this bottom line. It's really annoying. Literally? How dare you, though? I guess I could Proliferate top line for just additional burnout. Sure. Now I still get to draw my full 6 a turn. I need so much more damage for this Avowed Gladiator. Unfortunately, I'm not really good at drawing it right now. Oh, right, I also just have the ability to summon 2 giant chump blockers. Yeah, that's huge. Speaking of chumps, let's get a chump for the next floor. Okay, Proliferate on the bottom line is now keeping the follower in the back alive, which is nice. Who is now also going to gain rage, and then I can start proliferating that rage as well. Oh my god, they have exactly 21 damage. Just enough to kill an entombed explosive. Oh, beautiful. Still got to let a shard go to the top line, but ultimately pretty comfortable. If I proliferate enough on this bottom line, can I get all the way to a kill? I think not. I don't think my Mitosis Scab is going to get me across here. Excuse me, do you have Pyogel on you? Who the hell gave you Pyogel? How did... I honestly have no clue how that unit has Pyogel now. But it does. Obviously can't just randomly reform that floor. Thought about that before trying to reform that floor. I think I probably lose if Athane climbs again. She'll shred the prickly puffball in 3 hits. Does not give me a bunch of time to respond to her with additional damage. Even if I summon a green recruit, unfortunately, what I really need is additional space cleared on the top line. Spore launcher with burnout, unfortunately. Okay. Top line clears a little additional space for us. Active Flicker unfortunately brings back some very weak units. We get really close to the kill. And then the enemy would ascend, hit us in the heart for 80, and then take in response enough damage to die. Oh no, we buffed you. Never mind, you kill us. God. No. Oh, that was so annoying. I swear, like run that final fight like 100 times, we lose 1 time out of 100. Yeah, didn't manage to scale much damage on the followers, didn't manage to scale much damage on the draft. Was very much hoping that the additional decay would do enough, and then as soon as our decay floor fell apart, everything else did. Oh, what a tragedy. There's too many losses in a row. I'm very glad that I got the dimensional portal to break these up, but good lord! We gotta get another win, get back on the tracks! Of course, that'll have to start in the next episode. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past, the name for the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add a Rob the Thank Day, and a special thanks this episode to Tristan